Today we'll be giving a gameplay overview and review of the game Triassic Terror, designed by Peter Hawes and published by Eagle-Gryphon Games. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode with To Die For Games. I'm Mandi, the board gaming pinup girl. My fellow hosts are
Tracy, the gaming maven.
Stephane, the games teacher.
Did you sleep in and you only have 2 minutes to watch our setup? Well, we have timestamps below so you can go right to the part you want to see.
Drop us a comment so we can get your feedback, and also consider subscribing to our channel so you can get updates whenever we post new content.
Triassic Terror plays in about 90 to 120 minutes, is suggested for ages 14 and up, and accommodates 2 to 6 players.
We've got Triassic Terror all set up and ready to go, so let's get to it. Players build their herds of dinosaurs, expanding to new territory and eliminating opponents' herds, all the while avoiding the dangers of T-Rexes, raptors, pterodactyls, and volcanoes. So Mandi, tell us, what's inside the box?
Game board, setup chart, player aid charts, turn marker, start player marker, 28 environment cards, 6 action tiles, 1 neutral T-Rex, 2 neutral velociraptors, 1 pterodactyl token, 12 white dinosaur tokens, 6 sets of player tokens including 1 player dinosaur, 1 T-Rex, scoring marker, 1 hatch token, 1 volcano token, 18 single dinosaur tokens, and 18 3-dinosaur discs, and the rulebook. All right, now that we know what we're playing with, how do we set up? Tracy?
Place the game board in the center of the table. Shuffle the environment cards and place them near the game board, flipping the top one face up. Place the raptor action tile on space 5 and the herd migration tile on space 6, and shuffle the rest, placing randomly on the remaining 4 spots. Place a white dinosaur on the action tile in space 5 and 6. Each player chooses a color and takes all of their player pieces. Place the neutral T-Rex, the velociraptors, and the pterodactyl on their designated starting spots. The turn marker is placed on the first space on the track. Players place their score markers on the 0 spot. Randomly choose a start player. Then place dinosaur tokens on the board according to the player's setup chart. Now that we're all set up, how do we play? Stephane?
In the first turn of each period, players will take an environment card and then choose an action tile. In the second and third turns of each period, only an action tile is chosen. Players will place their dinosaur on the space of the action tile they choose. Once everyone has picked an action tile, player order is determined based on the placement of dinosaurs from top to bottom on the action spaces. Important! As an area control game, the herd with the highest number of dinosaurs within each area is placed or moved to the primary habitat of that area, and the other herds are placed in the secondary and/or tertiary habitats of the same area. The 6 action tiles available are 1. New environment. The player will choose any one of the 4 environments and add 3 dinosaurs in any combination to 3 areas within that environment. Note: dinosaurs cannot be added to a space with existing dinosaur herds. 2. Herd growth. The player can add 3 dinosaurs to one existing herd and 2 to another existing herd. 3. Herd migration. The player can choose to migrate 2 of their herds separately. A herd can move to an adjacent area in the same environment, adjusting other herds up or down depending on the number of dinosaurs in each area. If a herd migrates to an adjacent area that is in a different environment, the herd suffers environmental shock, causing one of the dinosaurs to die off and be returned to the player's general supply. 4. Hatch. A player can choose to add 3 dinosaurs to an existing herd. They also move the pterodactyl token up to 2 areas, and then may remove up to 2 dinosaurs from that area. 5. T-Rex. A player replaces the existing T-Rex with their own. They may then move their T-Rex to an adjacent area and eat up to 5 dinosaurs. Or they may move up to 2 areas away and eat up to 3 dinosaurs. The player's T-Rex will add 3 to the count of their herd, whether it is alone or with other dinosaur tokens. 6. Raptors. A player may move each raptor. The first raptor can be moved 1 area away, and the second can be moved 1 or 2 areas away. Each raptor then eats up to 2 dinosaurs from the area they are in, and displaces up to 2 dinosaurs to adjacent areas in the same environment. Note, if there is no space, they can be displaced to an adjacent area in another environment, but they will suffer environmental shock, losing 1 herd token. Additionally, 1 time per game, players may use their volcano and hatch tokens. The hatch token can be used to add 3 dinosaurs to a player's existing herd. The volcano token allows a player to place it in an area. In the primary habitat of that area, 2 dinosaurs will die, and in both the secondary and tertiary habitats, 1 dinosaur will die. No dinosaur may enter the area, and only the T-Rex, raptor, and pterodactyl may move from that area until the player's next turn. So, how does the game end? Mandi?
The game ends after a certain number of rounds based on number of players, usually between 6 and 9. Normal scoring occurs after each period. Players will score victory points on the scoring stones in the areas where they have herds. Present scoring occurs after the first and second periods. For present scoring, players who have at least 1 dinosaur present in each environment will score 8 victory points. After the third period, players will score a domination scoring. Players will count the number of dinosaurs they have across the 3 areas in each environment. A player's T-Rex counts as 3. For each environment, the player with the largest total gets 8 victory points, and the player with the second largest total receives 4 victory points. The player with the most victory points wins. So that is how you play Triassic Terror. So now we're ready to give a review of Triassic Terror. What do you guys think?
It was scary. No, not really. It was great, actually. The dinosaur components, the gameplay, the area control, it all worked really well together.
The title is deceiving. It sounds like it's this cheesy, lighthearted, not interesting game. But then when I read it on BGG, I'm like, we have to do this one because I think we're going to like it. And sure enough, we liked it. At least I did.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's the same thing. I was like, oh, Triassic Terror. Well, it has dinosaurs. Let's go with that. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I was surprised at how strategic it was. But we'll get into a bit more of that in a little bit. Artwork and theme. What did you guys think?
It's got great artwork, pretty much across the board. It's a little bit busy on the board. I find at some point some people find the differentiations of the areas in each environment kind of difficult, a little hard to see for some people. But other than that, it was great. The miniatures were very good quality. Yeah. I was actually playing them with them like I was when I was 5. They're exactly like the ones you buy when you were like 5 in the bag. Yes. They were really solid, and I was like, I was being a little bit of a child.
You were having your T-Rex eat your herbivores.
Exactly.
Like that.
It's like that scene out of Mrs. Doubtfire, you know?
Exactly.
I also really enjoyed the game. I felt the artwork on the board was simple, but got the point across.
Right.
I like the art on the different tokens, the tiles that you could take, the 6 action tiles, and also obviously the miniatures were great. So this kind of goes into quality of components. But
yeah, we'll definitely get into there in a moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a few things about artwork and theme. I agree with everything you said. I had some difficulty though reading the action tiles. I don't know if it was just the font that was used or the color, but I was sitting on the far end of the table, so unless I was sitting right over them, I had a really hard time reading what they said. Other than that, I think some of the lines which were marking the areas, I found a bit light, but it wasn't horribly light to read. I just found maybe it could have been a little bit more defined. But overall, I thought it was quite thematic and the art fit the game. So moving into quality components, so maybe we'll start with you, Stephane.
The minis are fantastic. So the game comes with a number of different miniatures. Each player has 2 in their player color. Then there's the neutral T-Rex, the 2 velociraptors. I'm a little, I guess it kind of makes sense, but the pterodactyl is just a wooden token rather than another plastic mini. But I guess if, it's a pterodactyl, it's supposed to be flying in the air, so they would have had to like mount it on a stand or something, I guess, to make it fit. So instead, the pterodactyl just came as a wooden disc, which was big and solid, but I would have liked to have seen a pterodactyl mini as well, just to complete and round off the set. Other than that, the action tiles are a good size or thickness of cardboard. And the game board was solidly constructed. So yeah, I thought quality components was fairly high in this game.
Yeah, I found the cardboard of everything, like the action tiles, they were thick, solid. You don't have to worry about them breaking down. The board was nice and solid and double-sided.
Yep.
I like that when they do
Which
that.
is a bonus, yeah.
Makes it easier for different player accounts, and that was really great. So it was good quality for sure.
Yeah, and I echo the same sentiments. I thought overall the quality of components was quite good. I do think I would have liked to see the pterodactyl in a miniature, even if it was standing. I don't know, I just found I missed it often.
It was the odd man out. It also included a large wooden player token, which had the T-Rex
Start player token.
stickers on either side for the star player token. But yeah, the velociraptor was the only dinosaur there that wasn't represented by a mini.
The pterodactyl.
Sorry. Yes, I misspoke. The pterodactyl was not represented by mini, and it just seemed like I didn't understand why they went that route. So.
Yeah, not necessarily a horrible thing. For me, I ended up missing it. I'm like, oh yeah, shoot, the pterodactyl was supposed to do that action, but because it was a disc, I didn't think anything of it. So yeah, I would like to see that in a mini, but overall, it was good. So game mechanics.
This is if you can get through the rule book. I read the rulebook because that's what I do. I love to read the rulebook. It was a doozy. It was a little hard to kind of maneuver. Like we got confused with the habitat versus area versus environment. So once we got it though, we were really all into it. So it was great mechanics, solid. You had lots of choices. People chose different strategies and they all worked fairly well.
Right.
I don't think it was a runaway leader because it was just because he's just really good at this style of game. The person we played with, Danny. He's just really good at the style of game, so he won it by a landslide, but I think that wasn't anything with the game. So
No.
I agree. The mechanics were, gave you a few options and choices of things to do or actions to take in your turn, but they weren't overwhelming. There wasn't an overwhelming number of options. So, you could learn the game fairly easily once you've internalized those rules in the rule book, and then focus on developing some strategies to get some good point scores. So.
Yeah, it was fairly strategic, honestly. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, there's some dinosaurs around. Well, then I saw the box said, 90 to 120 minutes?
Yeah.
That's substantial. So I found it was quite strategic. After we got through the wording, like, oh my goodness, I kept getting confused between area, habitat, environment. Don't laugh. It's literally, you need to know the difference between those things because it makes a difference when you're actually playing the game. So for movement purposes, so once you get that down, you're fine. So overall, I thought it was quite good. It was interesting. I mean, I'm wondering though if someone could get it could be AP prone a little bit. So I think there were moments where...
There were a couple moments where it did a bit, especially towards the end when people were really trying to maximize their, the one action you get per turn. They were trying to maximize it.
And that's not an uncommon problem in a lot of area control games for the same reason. Like, you're doing the math to decide, should I play here? Should I play there? Which one's going to get me the most points? And
eat the other people out.
Yeah, so I don't think it was worse in that respect than other area control games.
Right.
But yes, area control games in general do tend to be AP prone.
Yeah. So maybe too, when you're learning the first few plays, you have that moment. But overall, I don't think it was too bad. I did have a couple moments because I was trying to do the math. Okay, so it took me a little bit longer than usual. The maths. But overall, I thought it was quite good. Similar games. I know you had mentioned something. So.
And I don't want to make this sound bad. It's like Dominant Species Light. And light doesn't mean it's a light game. This game is not a light game. But Dominant Species is quite the heavy area control, similar theme, mechanics. So you would take Dominant Species, which is normally a 4 to 5 hour game, and this is like a 2 hour game.
Right.
So Similar strategy, similar feel, everything, so I would recommend that game.
I mean, area control games, one that I've played recently is Mission Red Planet.
Yep.
So another area control game with similar number of actions. The mechanics are obviously a bit different, but about the same number of action possibilities and a totally different theme. But for me, it was reminiscent of Mission Red Planet.
Yeah, I played those. I haven't played Dominant Species. I mean, I think the main area control game that I played would have been Spectre Ops, but it's a little bit different because you're kind of working with somebody or working with a team, right, to find that other person. So in that sense, it's not really similar, but area control, the idea is there. So, final thoughts on the game?
Final thoughts, again, I was happily surprised that I was going to like this game because when we first, I was like, the name does, I think it's an underrated game, possibly because of the name, possibly because it looks like it has dinosaurs and you think it's kid games. Do not be fooled, people. This is a heavy strategic.
Would you say like medium or would you say heavy? I'd say
it's bordering on heavy.
It's high, medium, low, heavy.
Yeah, maybe that's,
sure.
yeah.
I like Tracy, I was surprised by the game. Based on the title, I figured it was going to be kind of cheesy, campy, 50s B-movie sci-fi, you know. But I really enjoyed it. The production quality was fantastic. The mechanics and the choices you had to make in the game were good without being overwhelming. I really enjoyed the game. I'm looking forward to playing it some more.
Yeah, and I do, coming back to a comment you made about it being underrated, definitely. I think a lot of people haven't even heard of this game. Then we posted some information, some pictures about the game and our gameplay, and people are like, oh, dinosaurs, what is that? Who doesn't love dinosaurs? I'm sorry. Like, Jurassic Park already killed it for everyone, like, amazing. So as soon as you see dinosaurs, people get excited. I was excited, you know, I've got the miniatures. So I think that people just had maybe not heard about this game, and then I was surprised, like you guys, at how much strategy. I was not expecting that. I literally was expecting something a little simpler than what we got. So, and I'm happy because I like those types of games. So if you haven't tried this one, I definitely would think it's one you should try.
And it won an award.
In
Right.
2014. Yeah.
Best Strategy Game Award for, I think, Best Games 100 or something award.
There you go.
Something like that. So it won an award.
Yeah, so there you go. If that's not our comments, that award should tell you that you should give it a try if you like strategic games anyway. And dinosaurs. So that's it for now. We'll see you next time. Bye.